Good afternoon, Vineland High School soccer fans, and welcome to Vineland High School Senior South, whatever you refer to it as, depending on when you attended here or when your student has attended here. But we are here for girls soccer varsity this afternoon. Kyle Bennett on the call with you, and joining me for the very first time, my co-host from Underground Sports Philadelphia, my brother-in-law, alumni, class of 2012, and former Vineland High School soccer player Matt Castorina. Matt, it's good to have you on the broadcast.
It is great to be here. Great on our opening day, at least for girls soccer homecoming, I should say. Very excited and looking forward to watching the rest of this game.
So apologies for the technical difficulties early on, but it happens to every level of broadcast. Current score right now is 1-0 EHT on a goal by Gabriella Piantadasi. And Vineland looking to find a way to equalize things. It's been very back and forth, though, so far in this one. We are still in the first half, so plenty of time for the Fighting Clan to even things out. But, Matt, so far, what have you taken away from this matchup?
Yeah, I think definitely Vineland has struggled in some areas to maintain possession. We've seen that definitely had a few times go long and just not able to connect that pass. HT have definitely controlled the ball better, and you've seen that in some of their production so far and chances. Got a good chance here, breaking down the wing, but Vineland, I think they're finding themselves in better positions as this half has gone on for sure. They started to reclaim a little bit of hold on the ball, which is what you're looking for, but HT's definitely looked the better team through the first 25 minutes so far.
Vineland comes into this 1-0-1, finished at a draw just the other day. Looking to keep the undefeated record going. EHT, I believe, coming into this one 2-1 on the season. They're looking to rebound after a tough loss to Ocean City, who Vineland will be playing here on Wednesday.
Yeah, Ocean City looked like they might be the cream of the crop in the Cape Atlantic League. Again this year, they had a very strong team last season. Beat EHT 6-1 last week, so definitely shows what kind of quality they have, because we've seen EHT put together some really nice phases of play today.
Push from behind is going to switch possession as Anaya Parker, who we've seen so far have about 4, 5, 6 just absolute dime feed passes for EHT.
Yeah, she's definitely been a standout player. I can see why she already has an assist on the season. She's had a few balls today, I think. Maybe just a little better position by their forwards. She might have had a few more, because she's got, like you said, fantastic delivery. And, can break the lines with any pass.
EHT threatening here. A good job by the Vineland defense to prevent the damage there. Is a good feed from the Fighting Clan.
Switch of field there. Big numbers advantage on that side for EHT if they had connected.
They'll maintain possession on the throw-in.
Can't help but notice the squad size of EHT as well as definitely a big numeric clip. I don't know if they brought some of the JV team with them today, but that is a very full bench.
The bench mob is
so that is almost 3 bench worths I think of players there. It's a great turn. Vineland have definitely switched to three at the top. Earlier in the game, I think they were playing mainly with two forwards, but it seems like, I think in an attempt to maybe control some of those balls that are coming forward, I hope that you have create some numerical advantages in those situations. It's a great run by Anaya.
And even into traffic, Anaya Parker can still find somebody. Is a good feed.
Ball through. Just couldn't find that first touch. That's the final component of quality I think that's been missing for Vineland a little bit today is that first touch. And sometimes the surface you play on too, it can bobble up on you, but they can control those balls a little better. They've started to find themselves in those positions, find space between that back line now.
So throw in for Egg Harbor here. A great feed, just couldn't finish there. And Vineland will take it the other way. Ashlyn Newton with the ball.
It's a good ball. It's a great 50-50 win there too. Those 50-50 challenges, it sounds cliche, but they can really change the tenor of a game. If you put in a hard one, and sometimes that's what it takes to switch the momentum a little bit. Strong defending there, you love to see it.
Great save by Anaya Parker to keep that in bounds.
It's about the third or fourth time I've seen them lay it into Biandasi today. And she's got great first touch, great instincts too for where her teammates are. She's definitely the focal point of that attack.
Corner kick here for EHT. A great job by Vineland to clear that out.
Good claim by Liliana Lopez. She had 12 saves the other day. So a busy end of the week last week.
substitution we've gotten for the Fighting Clan is Lexi Rosado checks in for Sophia DeVito.
First effort we've had in a little bit there from Vineland. Sort of a half chance. Great work in the midfield. Still on the ball.
Just over the post.
Those are the ones on a windy day too. You never know. Might catch. That was a great run though in the midfield by Amanda Neve. That's the kind of stuff you need. Again, you can feel momentum change. She brought that through the midfield. Goes through two defenders. Certainly not a lack of big talent disparity on display so far today. I think it's just been again just that little bit of quality, that little bit of polish on the end of it has been missing for Vineland, but it has been there for EHT so far.
Good step, too, there by Vineland. That's going to bring us to halftime with the score 1-0 EHT. We'll be back for a full-fledged second half. So don't go anywhere, right here on the Vineland Public Schools YouTube channel. Kyle Bennett, Matt Castorina with you. We'll see you for second half action here between the Fighting Clan and the Eagles.
Don't know if it's open. It may not be.
And welcome back, everybody, to Vineland Senior High School for girls varsity soccer. Second half action between the Fighting Clan of Vineland and the Eagles of Egg Harbor Township. Kyle Bennett, Matt Castorina here on the call with you. We were talking, Matt, as soon as we went off air, we want to see Vineland be a little more aggressive. That's one thing that they were kind of lacking. You know, EHT not afraid to step to some of these balls and put them in play and put them in positions for success. Want to see the Fighting Clan do that so they can even things up as the score is 1-0 in favor of the Eagles.
Yeah, definitely. 50-50 challenges are a big determinant in a lot of games. It's not always just aggressiveness, you know, but that could definitely be a component, but also positioning. You know, if you're just in the right areas, the ball is naturally going to, you know, be in your area and you're going to be able to make a play on it. So that's definitely an area Vineland can improve on. But even first half, EHT with obviously a one-goal lead, but I think Vineland still has the capacity to get back in this.
A nice feed there for EHT. Vineland looking to prevent the damage there.
It's a good recovery. Good outlet ball. Koskabas on the ball. Been one of Vineland's biggest goal-scoring threats so far this season. Definitely going to try and get her involved in this half, that's for sure.
Nia Parker just steps to and says, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, she's been a standout performer so far in this game. Big difference maker for EHT. You see there, you know, the aggressiveness she has to go and win that ball and push forward.
Push call going in favor of Vineland.
A little too overzealous on that one, trying to win the header.
Sophia Stockbridge gonna send this one. And it's gonna stay with Vineland.
It's a great long throw into the box, but no one able to connect onto it.
Vineland staying aggressive, keeping it in this end of the field so far to start this second half for the most part. No handball called there. So the Vineland bench was looking for something.
Yeah, you mentioned it. This has definitely been the best maybe 3-4 minute stretch from Vineland so far in this game in terms of possession and time that they've had in an AHT's half. It's a good improvement right out of the gate too. You like that.
Good feed.
It's a dangerous ball in. Oh,
just gets away.
That's good though. That's another great opportunity for Vineland. That's, you know, you haven't tested the keeper all that much, and there's a great ball over top. Great run as well. Good timing. Just couldn't get that little touch on the end.
You know, like you mentioned, Koskabas has been one of their potent goal scorers this season. To put her in a position where she can thrive and be in a spot she's familiar with, that's good by Vineland. As EHT on a breakaway here. And another goal
Wow.
for number 15, Gabriella Piantadasi. It's 2-0 EHT.
That's really tough for Vineland so far in this second half. They've definitely been the more dominant team on the ball. You get broken open on the counter like that. It's a frustrating way to concede. That's the kind of thing, too, that just kind of breaks your spirit a little bit. You had a good first 5 minutes, concede like that. Still in the game, obviously, but that's a tough way to go. It was a great counterattack, though, by AHT. And you saw Piana Dasi on the back post again. She's been dangerous all day. Gets her second. It's a great tackle out of the back.
Just off the mark there for number 9 for the Fighting Clan, who is not on our roster.
Speculative effort, but you know, you feel like you have the space like that. You're able to get your hips right. A little bit off bounds, but I like the effort. I like the, at least the attempt.
Good spacing. And that's what you want to see from Vineland right now, too, being down 2-0. Like, you want to just continue to put pressure on EHT's defense, put pressure on their goalie, and keep the ball down in this end.
Yeah, both teams matching 4-4-2 formation. Do wonder if we might see Vineland switch that up at some point. Try and get, again, just that better numerical advantage in their attacking half. This game is going to suit EHT, though. They got a lot of players up top with good first touches that can bring the ball down. If you're going to play a sort of counterattack game, that definitely suits some of the talent that they have up there. Find them with big number advantage in the midfield here. They can take their space if they want it. It's a great step by Nia Murtis. Maybe only the second, third foul I can remember Vineland winning today, too. Really hasn't been many fouls in the game, if I'm being honest. It's been a physical game, but certainly both teams playing it pretty fair. This is a good opportunity now, you know. Try and create something off this set piece. And only has 4 players forward.
Good awareness there by the Vineland defense. Let that one just roll. Give your goalie a chance to send this one, as she does. Victoria Hoadley checks in for the Fighting Clan. You know, like you mentioned, Matt, they've really let them kind of play this afternoon. It hasn't really been too many whistles, you know, foul-wise, and these teams have been able to play aggressively, and the refs have kind of just let it be a game.
Yeah, I think people sometimes forget soccer is a contact sport. You know, it's shoulder to shoulder is the fine, and a little tie up there. You just let it go. You know, and as a player, you like and appreciate that you can you play that physical part of your game. As long as you're doing it fairly, I like to see refs just let it play on. HD so really aggressive going forward, really searching for that third goal. Got a good switch here if you can make it. Just couldn't connect for Vineland. It's good communication at the back from Vineland there too. It's very easy for a ball like that, someone to play it, and you get the right call though. Get to reset now.
Those are the types of plays, too, right there. Even though it goes out of bounds and Vineland regains possession there, you want to see Vineland step to those balls, kind of keep the possession in play. That way you can kind of turn, switch the field, and be in control of what may happen there rather than your opponent stepping to, switching the field, and then kind of causes a disturbance in the momentum you have.
Yeah, and I mean, it's always better to settle a ball too when you're not being challenged by someone. That's the thing any coach will stress to you. It's so much easier to receive a ball when no one's closing you down, but especially if, you know, if it bounces, you got to read the bounce now. It's much harder to do that when you have an attacking player, a midfielder on your back, making you a little nervous, maybe disrupting your play a little bit. See, that's a great press by Vineland. Kaskabas applying more pressure, and there you go. Now you've got possession in the final third. Good opportunity to get some numbers forward. That's a great ball.
Nice.
It's going to go out for a corner. Should for Vineland. It's another good opportunity for them here, though, you know. They haven't had the opportunity to really test this keeper all that much. Corners can always get really dangerous. It's tough to say anyone has a distinct height advantage here, but Vineland definitely has some players that you expect.
Great job there by Ashley Newton. Trying to find the spot. Unfortunately, nobody there, but that's the type of effort and the type of playmaking that you want to see in a situation like that. Turn on the ball and hope, you know, you have somebody there to capitalize, and we'll see if Vineland can do that here on another corner.
It's great service again.
Good feed by Stockbridge. Ooh. Just goes wide.
Again, applying pressure in good areas there. You know, Vineland continue to do that. They're liable to come up with a good scoring opportunity. Like you said, with Newton's crossing the box, that's the biggest thing. You know, if you can just get service back into that 18 off a play like that, you know, on a corner you're set defensively. You know, typically you'll talk before the game if you're going to be man marking, play some kind of zone. It's really that second phase, you know, after the corner kick where there's no rules anymore. You know, you're not as defined as who's marking who, and that's where you can have opportunities as an attacker to get off someone's shoulder, get off someone's back, and find some space for yourself. It's the right idea for Vineland, just a little off on the pass. It's a tough pass to make. You know, you're going, you know, 20, 25 yards diagonal.
See if Vineland can keep it in this end here. Still looking for their first score of the game.
It's definitely been a better Vineland team in this second half.
Good step two by Stockbridge. She sends it, nobody there, and EHT able to defend that. That'll be a throw in for the Fighting Clan.
It's a great touch.
Right idea. Vineland will get another opportunity. Good step by number 22, Abby Mathis from EHT. She's been another one that's been all over the field for the Eagles this afternoon, kind of just a Swiss Army knife out there for them.
Yeah, I've seen her play in the midfield, drop a little bit at times too. She's definitely someone they trust a lot with possession out of the back. Nice turn there. Nye Parker, alert to the danger though. I believe they call that a free kick. Vineland's favor. Looked 50-50 to me, but you know what? This is Vineland. This is Vineland broadcasting, so
We will take the
I
wins
can
when we
call
can
myself
get
a
them.
homer, I think. Another great opportunity here, though. And you can see Vineland putting a few more forward this time.
Stockbridge with another good feed.
Oh. Nearly a full volley. Not not the easiest one to pull off, but I appreciate the effort. Free kick like that, I prefer though. You're really testing that back line and their resolve. You really want to put it into that dangerous area, somewhere between the 6 and the penalty spot, because that's where the miscommunication can come from a defender and a goalie, where keeper thinks defender's going to come out and clear that. Defender doesn't want to make a touch and put it towards their own goal. That's where you can cause the most confusion.
Great effort by Koskabas there.
Earned that free kick for sure.
We get a yellow card.
Eva Ferreira picking up that one. Or was that number 6? That's Brielle Von Collin.
She had the breakaway earlier that led to Piantadasi's second goal of this contest. We'll get a Vineland free kick right here.
Still learning the difference between my 6s and my 8s. I think Piantadasi looking for her hat trick there, almost had it. Vineland's keeper though. Liliana Lopez seemed very sure that that was going wide. Good read by her.
If you are just tuning in, be sure to subscribe to the Vineland Public Schools YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/@VLDSchoolsTV. That's where you get every single broadcast of sports, board meetings, events, and everything in between going on throughout the district during the 2023-2024 school year and beyond. If you like what you're hearing here with soccer broadcast, Matt's going to be on this season with us for a bunch, so you'll hear our voices a ton whenever you see soccer on the channel. Obviously myself and Rich Scarpa for Friday Night Lights with Vineland High School football, and a whole lot more, so be sure to subscribe. Hit the bell icon as well so you don't miss out on any of the broadcasts. You'll get a notification right to your device of choice. It's youtube.com/@VLDSchoolsTV.
say these next 10 minutes probably the most important part of the game. Both teams at 2-0. Next goal can really, really change the momentum for the rest of the game. Great turn here. Kaskabas got open space in front of her. She is caught well by that EHT defender. I believe that was Allie Weller, making up a lot of ground. Vineland retains possession though.
Good effort. If only somebody was right there to finish in. Good cut on the ball there. Vineland looking to maintain, applying pressures. Kaskabas gonna throw this one in.
It's a good decision too. I always like my free throws taken quickly. Don't let the defense get back and get set up, get any kind of organization.
Good play on the ball there by Vineland. Kaskabas sends this one.
Newton went up for that, almost connects, still an opportunity.
Just unlucky there for the Fighting Clan, but good effort, good pressure. And they'll look to maintain this as they'll get a throw in here.
And that clearance by HT was the first time today. I think they lost their composure a little bit. That was a panic clearance for sure. She had a lot more time than I think she realized.
This one's up in the air and just shy off the head.
That's a hard one to get on target because you got balls are really not moving with any kind of speed, so you have to do a lot of it yourself. Especially when you have a defender draped on your back, that's always going to be a challenge.
Once again, good effort by Kaskabas there. And she's been the goal scorer this season, so you want to put her in those positions where she can make a play and find the back of the net. Great effort there by Nia Murtis.
Great recovery by HT there.
Great job by Vineland to get Piantadasi off her mark. Ref letting them play.
And Piantadasi, that's the kind of player you like too. Works hard off the ball like that and demands it right back. Good service, but clean by Liliana Lopez. Well done by her. Push the pace a little bit here. Great work by Kaskabas to win that ball back. I felt like that was clean personally.
Yeah.
Especially the way the game has gone today. I think they've let some of those go. Murtis steps. Doesn't control the ball, but stops that phase of attack. Lets Vineland's defense get set a little bit here. Good work down this side here by Vineland's defense, shutting down Piantadasi. She was vocal about getting that ball, but Vineland well done.
Right idea there. Once again, Vineland still trying to get on the board in this one as EHT leading 2-0. make this a one-goal game.
Kaskabas again. High energy player today, that's for sure. HD realize they don't have to push anything here. If it's not on, it's not on. You can take your time, take your space.
Stockbridge with a feed.
It's about a maybe 15, 20-yard gap between Vineland's midfield and attack, and that's been a little bit of an issue today. You know, when you're seeing some of these passes maybe not connect, there's no one necessarily dropping deep. Need someone to maybe make that connecting run, show back to the ball, a midfielder making that sort of ancillary run. That hasn't really been there today for Vineland.
Naya Gonzalez checks back in for Vineland.
See here again, there's that gap on the defensive end, gap between the midfield and the defensive end there. Allows the HC just to collect that ball, but it's a great turn here. Mia Murtis surveying the options. She's going to go long. Kaskabas switches the play. Great step, great turn. Great turn again, shielding of the ball.
Kaskabas to Gonzalez.
Gonzalez. Felt like she got fouled on that. I think they whistled her for maybe playing it on the ground, covering the ball with her legs, but felt like in that moment you got a little bit more of the player than the ball.
We had a yellow card on Sophia Stockbridge.
I don't know if she was maybe saying something, maybe complaining about the call or the no call there. I thought when they put the captain armband on it, you can say whatever you want. That's the way I always play. That's what the captain armband meant. You can say, talk a little bit to the
My
ref.
house, my rule.
HD, not a lot of options here. Just gonna have to play this long and hope goes in Vineland's favor. They're gonna get something from this game. It's gotta happen very soon. Time is the enemy now. Great win. It's Nemeth back to Murtis. It's good defensive work by Murtis. Never let her defender cut inside on her. Keep her to the outside. just shuttles it out for a goal kick. She's had a hard job today. Piedonte's switched out on this wing a lot. She have not been afraid of playing that ball over the top, playing the ball down the wing as a fullback. You have to cover so much more space. It's one of the hardest positions to play in terms of that physicality toll on your body, because you're expected just as much to get forward as you are making your way back.
Abby Mathis looks like she came up slow, so she's going to be sent off the field. Unlucky there for Vineland.
Murda's going to be asked again to do some work.
So that'll be a Vineland throw-in. We have a Vineland injury.
I think that is the Amanda Nemeth down. Don't know if maybe she caught an elbow or a hand.
Just kind of covering her right eye.
Yeah. She's definitely been one of Vineland's standout performers today. We've seen her coming out of the back quite a bit, controlling the ball, controlling the pace of play from the defense. You need that out of a defender a lot of times too. You need someone who's going to come out, be able to claim those balls, those 50-50s. Not an easy job to do. It's very similar to playing, a quarterback in football, where you now have to make the decision and make the right decision. That first pass you make, that choice you make is going to maybe change the entire way your team attacks or loses possession.
Actually, I think it was number 5, Jessie Donnelly, was injured there. And, half the time you don't know if you take those elbows to the eye, if players wearing contacts, and the contact gets shifted in your eye and stuff like that.
I can tell you, soccer field's not the place you want to lose a contact. Once it's on that ground, it's as good as gone.
Good call by the ref there. See if Stockbridge can send this one. A great step by Parker once again.
She hasn't had as much in the offensive half this second half. Not as involved as she was in the first half. I think that's indicative of the way Vineland have played. They've been, like we said, really the more dominant team. They just have not been able to get that final quality on the chances that they've created. Good switch of play to Nia Murtis. Controls it well. Can see Vineland pushing players a little more forward now. That's just the state of the game that they're in. We get a little sunshine too.
Look at that.
think whatever the result of this game, Vineland has some positive takeaways, especially the way they came out in the second half. Like a much better performance, more composed on the ball, especially defensively too, a lot more decisive. HD have been a tough defense this year, even though they conceded 6 to Ocean City. This would be their, I believe, their 3rd shutout of the season already. So Vineland would not necessarily be the first team to be frustrated by the CHD defense and goalkeeping. Still time to change that, though. Stockbridge winning the challenge there. Each team may be looking for their 3rd. Liliana Lopez with a great claim. In that moment as a goalkeeper, it's hard to, you have to make a decision and go with it. You second guess yourself, you put yourself in a bad position, put your defender in a bad position.
And to have that from Lopez, who's only a sophomore, is indicative of just like her skill sets and her awareness. And she's only going to continue to get better for this team.
Yeah, can't even say that the goals today were any fault of hers. Tough ones just for any keeper. Yeah, but those instincts, like you mentioned, that's something that you maybe expect from more of an upperclassman. And I don't believe she started many games last year either, so it's a good sign for the future for Vineland. Offside for HT. This might be one of Vineland's real last chances to get into this game. Good ball forward. Newton was fighting for it, but it's great defending again by EHT.
Finally looking to just continue advancing this with some throw-ins and get back in this EHT end.
If I'm Vineland, I think I'm pushing up a little bit more here. You've got 2 defenders back on the line. At this point, there's no difference between losing 2-0 and 3-0, really. You know, might as well try and reclaim a goal here, get yourself back in the game, at least give yourself a shot.
Good ball.
Good effort. Well saved.
Great save.
That's one if it's maybe more to a corner, more to a side. You're looking at a goal, but that's, you're talking about maybe 30, 35 yards out that shot. Hit that with plenty of power still. It's Pianadasi just offside. She'd call for that ball maybe. 2 or 3 seconds beforehand she receives it, she might be onside. It's Nia Murtis controlling. Great turn in the midfield. Murtis again wins that 50-50.
Great job, Nia Murtis.
Not afraid to use the shoulder either. With winning control back for Vineland, Kaskabas. Just in that final third today, that's where I think Vineland have missed some of that quality a little bit. It's been some challenge, I think, providing that service sometimes. You know, linking the midfield to the attack can be the hardest thing. That's definitely been the challenge for Vineland today.
And that is going to do it here for this one as EHT comes out with a big road victory over the Fighting Clan. Final score 2-0. And obviously, you know, we're talking about some of the service balls there. Anaya Parker stood out. Allie Weller, Abby Mathis. You know, EHT had those players in the back end that if a ball came their way, they were able to send it through and really maintain possession even if it felt like they were being pressured, where Vineland didn't really have that until late in this one. Great second half adjustments, though, for the Fighting Clan. They really did look like a completely different team from that first half to the second half. Just wasn't enough there. 2 goals scored by Gabriella Piantadasi for EHT. And a valiant effort by both teams. We'll be back here at Vineland High School on Wednesday as the Fighting Clan will host Ocean City, another big test for this Fighting Clan girls soccer team this season. As we mentioned throughout the broadcast, Ocean City defeated EHT 6-0, and it's going to be a big-time test here early for the Fighting Clan. Matt, your first broadcast in the books.
Felt great. Would have liked to see a Vineland win on the first one, but like you said, I think there's positive stuff to build on from that second half if you're Vineland. I think some of your brightest players, I think, grew as the game went on. Just a little unlucky with some of those half chances. Maybe on another day, ball bounces your way a little bit better. I think from set pieces especially, there's opportunities for Vineland because they do have some good delivery there. But it's a frustrating day, I think, a little bit if you're Vineland. Really felt like you got punished with that second goal, too, on that counterattack. I didn't feel that was really, you know, that was against the run of play, I would say, for the most part. EHT were not the better team in the second half, but like you said, plenty to build on. It's a big test on Wednesday with Ocean City. They've been one of the best teams in this conference so far this season, so it's a big one for Vineland. They're going to have to rest up and bring this second half performance and carry that on for that game.
So be sure to subscribe to the Vineland Public Schools YouTube channel, youtube.com/@VLDSchoolsTV, so you don't miss out on that game on Wednesday or any games, events, board meetings, and everything in between going on throughout the school year this year. Big thank you to Doug Diola and our entire crew for producing today's program. Final score, once again, 2-0 EHT, the victors. For Matt Castorina, I'm Kyle Bennett. We will see you Wednesday right here at Vineland High School as girls varsity soccer hosts Ocean City. But until then, have a great evening, everyone, and we will see you on Wednesday.